God. The truth. The truth. The truth. The truth. The truth. Do you want to hear the truth?
Good morning, all. This morning's subject is going to be heading towards the abyss. Let's get into it. So, what is an abyss? Well, it's defined as a very deep or seemingly bottomless chasm or cavity. It typically refers to a profound, immeasurable space that is impossible to fully comprehend or reach, such as the depths of the ocean or a cavernous chasm in the earth. It can also be described as a catastrophic situation or state of immense distress, and that is the term we're going to be using this morning. Have you ever got to that stage in your life where you feel like you're headed in this direction? You feel there's no hope, you're heading one way, and you just seem to have no solution to your problem? Well, I have some news for you. You're not alone. Most people have been through this in their lives or are going through it right now, especially in the hard times we're living in today. Most people are feeling just like this. So, what are the reasons that we get to this point in our lives where we feel like we're going down a slippery slope? Well, it just so happens to be that the number one factor today in feeling this way is financial pressure. As a person passes his 50s or her 50s, work becomes a much more difficult thing to pursue. There is no work, and people like disposing of the older people and making room for the younger. So, with age comes experience. However, when we get older, we start slowing down. We start being more harsh towards ourselves. And then we feel that we cannot do this new stuff that is coming out, especially the new AI technology. Can we keep up? Are we able to compete in this competitive world that we're living in today? And my second point, which is quite a hectic one as well, is uncertainty. We don't know what tomorrow might bring because with the world and the way it's going, the wars, the rumors of wars, the job market, the expense of our food, the list just goes on and on. So uncertainty is another one, a massive factor when it comes to feeling like we're going down the hole. So the next contributing factor is our mortality. Let's face it, when we hit over 50, we start thinking to ourselves, man, how long have I still got to go? Another thing is too, our body starts giving in slowly, and then when we get to about 55, 60, things start going even more wrong. So we've got to take care of our bodies more and more, and we try to defy age by doing different things like exercise, eating healthily. But in the end, let's face it, our bodies do give up in the end. Which leads me to my last point, which is fear of abandonment. Now, this is a massive contributing factor as we get older. Even when we're younger, when our kids start leaving the house and they start making their own families, and the time comes where we don't communicate as much as we used to with them, and we feel like we're a spent force. Now, a lot of us feel this way because we feel our usefulness has now come to an end. So, what are the solutions, and what can we see in the Bible about this? If we look at John 16, verses 33, it says this: I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. So, Jesus says, you will have tribulation. But take heart, I have overcome the world. So our hope is not in what goes on around us and our circumstances and our age and our financial situation, but it depends on our relationship with Jesus Christ himself. So put your hope in him. Another amazing, encouraging verse is Philippians 4, verses 6 to 7, which says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So you may feel that you are helpless, unable to help yourself, in need of someone to rescue and support you. Sometimes we feel like King David, who prayed, oh God, please help us against our enemies, for all human help is useless. So even David acknowledged not even the people around him could help him in this regard, as we find in Psalm 108, verses 12. But David says next, with God we will gain victory. Psalm 108, verses 13. And this message is all over the Bible. I hope this has helped you today. Have an amazing week. Cheers.